Information friends, good morning to you. Good day, good day. I hope you're having a good start to your day or that your day is progressing well. Uh, Today, I'd like to talk about a few things. First of all, I want to remind you that today's the 26th in our journey through the book of Proverbs. And on April 1st, the day after we complete this journey, I'm going to be doing a Soul Sabbath Saturday. So from 10 to 12 Eastern Time, we're going to be practicing some stillness, some spiritual discipline, stillness, silence, solitude, looking at scripture, reflecting. So if you'd like to participate, and I know you would, you may even know others for whom this would be a good thing to take that 2 hour block to rest, still, center before God. Go to soulsabbathsaturday.com to register. You need to register to participate. And if you do, you're going to get the recording of the event and you're going to spend this time with God. It's going to be awesome. soulsabbathsaturday.com. Today, what I want to do is really let's consider some healthy wounding that produces health. Let's consider some wounding that actually produces health. So look with me at a few verses in Proverbs, actually 27. Let's look at verse 2. Just a drive-by comment. Let others be the ones who praise you. You don't have to announce yourself. You don't have to make a name for yourself. You don't have to tell people who you are up front. Let others see who you are and they can praise you. But what I want to really talk about today is verse 6. It says, wounds from a friend can be trusted, but the enemy multiplies kisses. Wounds from a friend can be trusted. See, flattery means nothing. Flattery means nothing. It's actually the currency of enemies because behind it is manipulation. So flattery is actually the currency. It's the money. It's the way that enemies get what they want from you. It looks like they're building you. Nope, they're manipulating you. So flattery means nothing, but wounds from a friend can be trusted. So what we want to do, and this is one of the most important things of the whole journey that we've been talking about, is learn to speak the truth in love. Learn to speak the truth in love. This is what maturity looks like. This is what kingdom maturity looks like. It's helpful, not harmful. It's caring. It's building. It's loving. Well, if that's true, how come we don't see more of it? Why don't we do it in our families or in church life or at work? For the most part, I don't see a lot of speaking the truth in love in any of those environments. Well, we don't do it sometimes because of fear. And I'm going to say fear both in terms of internal realities and also spiritual, uh, the power of fear, a demonic power of fear. What we're afraid is, first of all, that we might hurt them. But I want to tell you that's not even a valid fear because it's not loving. What you want to do is the most loving thing you can for them, which is to speak the truth in love so that they will understand better who they are or what they're doing to face it. So the fear about hurting them, we need to overcome them if what we have is for real. That's not a legitimate fear or a fear that should keep us paralyzed. Sometimes we're afraid, or should I say more likely, we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid that if we do this, if we speak the truth in love, that it may change our relationship, that they may either cut us out or pull back and withdraw from us. But I want you to know that it won't jeopardize a real relationship. It actually will build it. It's worth the risk. In your relationships, it's worth the risk to learn to speak the truth of love. I mean, the truth in love, because it is the most loving thing you can do. Remember in verse 17 of this chapter, it says, iron as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. But if we're going to do this, if we're going to take this seriously, well, it's going to involve timing, being aware of setting, tone, and and it needs to be done with humility. So you don't speak the truth in love in a heated moment. That's not the truth in love. That's often grabbing something out of the inside in order to throw it. No, we're going to pull back. We're going to look for the right time, and we're going to look for the right setting. We're not doing it to, in a sense, undress a person in front of others. We're looking for a setting that's actually going to be most constructive to speaking the truth in love to a person. And when we do, we want to even, our tone needs to be in a good place. An angry tone is not speaking the truth in love. It's just not. It needs to be in a caring tone, and it needs to be done with humility. See, your perceptions of the truth of what's going on in another person's life, or their motivation, or what they're doing, even whether it's right or wrong, might not be correct. So we do it in humility based on the evidence that we see, and we have to submit our truth telling to the person we are speaking to. We don't come over them as if what we're saying is the truth. Nope, that's not the truth in love. Submitting it caringly yet truthfully is very important. So if you want to move ahead in this, what do? You pray up, you plan up, and you love up, you faith up. So you pray up, pray about it, get the discernment of God, you plan the place, the timing, you think about it, you don't get all freaked out, you just be wise, and you faith up, you lay hold of God's presence, and you love up, you care for them. That's the reason that you're doing it. This lifestyle could change the world. I'm not kidding. If we lived speaking the truth in love, it could break strongholds of isolation in a person's life. It could break them free from hopelessness and helplessness where they are. It could break them free from dysfunction, from abuse, because your truth in love can set them free. It can heal people. It can heal families. It can heal family lines. Speaking the truth in love. No more unchecked baggage in a family line. Instead, we're going to speak the truth in love about what needs to be addressed in brothers and sisters, or in parents, or children, or it's powerful. No more unchecked baggage or sin. Instead, the real truth in love. This is the design. This is why we are in communal structures of families, friends, communities, churches. God designed it this way so that when we speak the truth in love, it comes into a strong relationship and makes it stronger. I want to encourage you. This is big stuff. Lastly, in verse 23, it says, to be sure you know the condition of your flocks and herds. Well, the context or the meaning of that verse really is, be aware of your resources and your investments, of where you've invested your time, energy, and money. Be aware. Make sure those are in a growing way. But I want to encourage you also that verse, or that idea, particularly mixed with what I've been sharing, is to be aware of your relational spheres. What's going on there? Pray into it, speak into it, live into it. Speak and pray and live the truth in love in your relational spheres, your flocks. Well, what's the application? Do you have any hard words that others have brought to you that you need to reconsider before God? See, when somebody comes to you with a truth in love, when somebody comes to you with a hard truth in love, what you do is you thank them and you honor them and you take it to God. You don't just respond to them, you take it to God to see what really is true, and then you full on respond to God. That's what maturity looks like. Do you have any of those? That people, or maybe people in your family, they've said things to you again and again, and you've defended yourself. Maybe instead, reconsider, take it to God, and then respond full on. And lastly, stand up in your roles. Speak the truth and love in your roles. It will change dynamics. Awesome. Well, let me remind you one last time that on this Saturday, April 1st, will be Soul Sabbath Saturday, 10 to noon Eastern Time. Love you to register. Actually, consider some other folks that you might want to participate too. It can be even fun to practice stillness and silence with others, whether they're in the room or else you just know they're participating. Go to soulsabbathsaturday.com. Have a great day speaking the truth in love.